Well, it's time for this one, back by popular demand. It's time for our predictions for the year 2024.
In the year 2024. In the year 2024.
In the year 2024, I will finally break my habit of quantity over quality. I've now lived far enough away from Daniel for enough years that I am slowly recovering. I will thin out my board game collection this year and focus on upgrading the components of the games. Take that, Connors!
In the year 2024.
A new board game sensation will sweep the industry. Pop-Its. Mini games will be re-implemented with Pop-Its. Dice Throne, Pop-It Edition. Cubitos, now with Pop-It. Pop-It Nova, and my favorite, Pop-It Marvel. But it will end when they announce Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, the dice game Pop-It Edition.
In the year 2024.
Despite their efforts to subdivide and recategorize games, YouTube giant The Dice Tower will finally start running out of ideas for their ever-popular top 10 lists. They will start to look inward and produce lists like Top 10 Ties worn by Tom Vassell, Top 10 Ball Caps worn by Z Garcia, Top 10 size medium t-shirts worn by Chris Yee, and the only 3 muted colored polos worn by Mike DeLucio. And also the top 10 tattoos worn by Roy Cannaday.
In the year 2024.
In the year 2024, due to the long-term success of Stonemaier games with Wingspan, Wormspan, Apiary, Tapestry, all these games, all influencer videos will be required to do them like Jamie Stegmaier, above your head and at a 45-degree angle.
In the year 2024. In the year 2024.
In the year 2024, I will learn who these people are that you keep referencing as board game influencers. No, really. I might actually learn those names.
In the year 2024.
2024, after a disaster of an American presidential election, the world will be in turmoil, and countries' currencies will no longer be accepted. After a series of debates, the world will agree upon that board games should be the new currency. Now all of us board game nerds can finally hold our chins high as we get to rub our newfound wealth in the faces of all the people who said we had too many games and that we don't need any more and you don't need to buy that one, and now we have enough. Who's laughing now, people? Who's laughing now?
In the year 2024.
With the onset of so many tile-laying games on the market, game publishers eventually garner the unwanted attention of the Tile Setters and Allied Craftworkers Union, whose leadership is none too happy with the millions of non-union tile-laying gamers in the country. Employees at some game publishers find themselves having to cross picket lines to get to work, as they're shouted at with sayings like, hey ho, cardboard boxes have got to go, and get fired up, light a spark, we don't need no Barron Park. The game makers will get the last laugh, however, as they double down on their efforts. New game releases for 2024 will include Azul Kitchen Backsplash, Terraforming My Shower, and Patchwork Garage Floor Grout.
In the year 2024.
In 2024, there will be a great disturbance in the board game force as Board Game Geek goes down and influencers have no idea what to talk about again.
In the year 2024.
In the year 2024, after breaking my leg last year playing ice hockey and tearing my ACL the year before skiing, I fully expect to somehow have another injury on the same leg, perhaps my groin, while competing in another winter sport, perhaps curling. The ensuing hilarity will not only create more content for the show, but will inspire me to come up with a new board game involving winter sports and injuries. Andy's Frosty Foolish Follies is the working title right now.
In the year 2024. In the year 2024.
Well, that does it for our predictions this year. Thanks so much for everybody for participating.
Thank you so much for watching it in this video. If you'd like to watch the full episode, check out the description below. Around the Board is a board game video podcast where we talk about board games and other board game related topics. We assign points to one another based on our banter, and then at the end of the show, whoever has the most points is given a small amount of time to talk about whatever they like. So if you enjoyed it, please join us in the future around the board.